follow the class. There, what is Ayurveda and how it developed. Ayurveda is a holistic system of medicine. Unlike other systems of medicine, it's a holistic system. It contains all types of disciplines of livelihoods. Say, collective as well as individual life. Individually, what can be done to get a healthy living condition, as well as collectively what can be done to get health. Health is very important. Ayurveda teaches that man is a microcosm. That is, a universe, a world in himself, within himself. He cannot be considered as separate, alien to this world. A system of medicine is meant for individual health. It developed in such a way that individually that man is separate. Studying the difference between other animals, studying the difference between the living things and non-living things of the world, studying the difference between one organ to another. In such a manner, all other medical system developed. So it is not holistic. Considering the whole world as one, and the world itself is within the individual, or considering the individual as the microcosm and the universe as the macrocosm, the system of Ayurveda came into being. That we studied earlier, I think. Almost that is the meaning of the stanzas we studied in detail. And he is considered to be the child of the cosmos, or the cosmic forces of the external environment. His body, his mind, his intelligence together. That is what we studied earlier as the Chigilsa Adhikrita Purusha. That we studied, I think. That sloga. So, according to this science, any individual existence is indivisible from the total cosmic manifestation. taking him out of this cosmic existence and giving some remedies, that is against the total health of the individual. So, Ayurveda tells us about what are the spiritual and biological instincts of human beings. And how it generated. For that, in Ayurveda, in the beginning, it is given dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Religious, financial or economical, money or kind, procreatory, and towards a freedom or liberation. These are the four aspects: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In Ayurvedic terms or in spiritual terms. For each of these, as far as dharma is concerned, duty of an individual in terms of his collective living. What are the duties of an individual for individual health as well as the health of the individual in connection with the society as a whole? That is known as dharma or religious. Not like modern religions. The word religion came from religa, that is a realization, realizing oneself within. That is religion. Whatever rituals are there, it should have its merits upon health. Whether you are aware of it or not aware of it, that is not a question. In olden days in India, they developed a number of rituals. What are the basis of these rituals? Are they beliefs? For example, while seeing two persons, how they behaved. They closed the two hands like this. Namaskar. From where it came? Unlike the Westerners, they never touched the hand. Is it not? Why they behaved like that? What is the significance? What allowed them to do like that? in Atharva Veda, a chapter is for bacteria, amoebas, protozoa, etc. and etc. So persons living in different conditions, by mere touch, a number of diseases can occur. How they came to that knowledge, particularly in olden operation theatres. A monk, an Austrian monk, put forward a theory in modern medicine. I am not sure about his name, about sepsis. Am I right? About sepsis. So, by mere touching, because of the knowledge of the sepsis, like in surgery, even to the common man, it developed as a custom. Likewise, a number of customs, rituals, etc. All those things changed a lot by individual approach. After some time, it changed to so many superstitions. All those things are because of the persons who are not studied it well. That's the thing. So religion means dharma. That also we studied earlier. Second one, ardha, money or kind, for livelihood. എന്താ വേണ്ടേ? രോഗിയായിട്ട് കാണാമെന്നാണോ? ഇന്നിവിടെ ഇതില്ല, കൺസൾട്ടേഷൻ ഇല്ല. നിങ്ങൾ ഇവിടുന്ന് ആത്രയം ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ പാമ്പാടി പോയാൽ 1 മണിയാകുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ അവിടെ വരും. 1 മണി കഴിയും. ശരി. അതെ, അവിടെയാണ് നോക്കുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കടയും തുറക്കില്ല. അവിടെ ചെന്നോളൂ, ഞാൻ അവിടെ വരും. 1 മണിയാകുമ്പോൾ നോക്കിയിട്ട് വിടും. ശരി, നേരെ അവിടെ പോകും. ശരി. ആത്രയം ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ പാമ്പാടി, തിരുവല്ലോമല അടുത്ത്. ശരി ശരി. So, for that also health is very important. Without considering health, persons are running after money. After getting enough money, those persons cannot enjoy life. Because so many diseases. That is what going on nowadays. Money is important. Dharma is important. Ardha is important. For enjoying dharma, for enjoying money, health is much more important. Third one is kama. all sorts of wish, all sorts of sensuous pleasures, particularly about the wish of the progeny. That includes kama. To enjoy sensuous pleasures, we should have certain disciplines. We should have a healthy livelihood. Then only we can enjoy the pleasures of the senses. Otherwise, we are not enjoying the pleasures of the senses, but we may be in stress. Because of modern knowledge, most of the people are enjoying the stress situations, making the stress situations, enjoying the stress situations, and without aware of it, in a state of ego, they are living. After when they are become old aged, they may realize that this life we never enjoyed anything. With such a mental state, they are leaving from this world. So much so that we should be aware of the pleasures of the senses, and in particular about the next generation. Reproductive systems should be used in a proper way to get healthy generations and healthy livelihood. And finally, we have to be free from all sorts of bondage. After living these mundane pleasures, we should have freedom. How to be free from all sorts of desires? That is the final. That is moksha. Moktum ichha iti moksha. So, balanced good health is the foundation for the fulfillment of these instincts, these four instincts. In scriptures as well as in Vedas, Upanishads, we can see the detailed studies of Ayurveda, Yoga and Tantra in detail. Ancient life disciplines are depicted in a good manner there. These are the three. So, if you are interested to get a working knowledge of Ayurveda, you should have a minimum knowledge of these three together. Then only you can see how holistic the thought is. That also we studied, I think. Yoga. First, yoga is the science of union with the truth. That is a simple definition of yoga. In Ayurveda, it is considered as the rasayana. Nitya rasayana. Truth is considered as an everlasting rasayana for life. Yoga means it is the union of the individual with the truth. There is one and only one truth, that is the absolute. Truth means the absolute. The union of the individual to the absolute. That is yoga. How to be one with the absolute. Tantra is the most direct method of controlling the energy that creates the ultimate union with that truth. That is the direct method of controlling the energy. How to control our energy to create that ultimate truth, that yoga with that truth. And Ayurveda is the science of life. So much so that the practice of these help the individual to achieve longevity, rejuvenation, and self-realization together. By practicing yoga and tantra, one can attain liberation. But good sadhakas alone can follow the disciplines of the two sciences. How to be a good sadhaka? He or she should be healthy, mentally, physically, socially, culturally, etc. Even though a person aims at attaining yoga, meditation, or liberation, whatever it may be, he or she has to go through certain disciplines. How it is possible without health? A healthy individual, healthy means mentally healthy. Then only he can hear the sounds of knowledge within. Then only he can hear different sounds from outside. Then only he can compare the sounds of outside and inside. Then only he can decide something. Without considering sounds within and sounds without, he cannot come to a conclusion. So, this is very important. Ayurveda is considered as the science of life because of this. And it is considered as the science with a holistic approach. Ayurveda is meant for good health and longevity. At the same time, anyone can practice. It is for his own life. First of all, we should practice it for our life. He can successfully practice this science. In the spiritual evolution of human being, Ayurveda can be considered as the foundation. Yoga, the body, and Tantra, the spirit. You can consider these three like that. What is Ayurveda, what is Tantra, what is Yoga? For that, it can be considered as Ayurveda as the foundation, Yoga as the body, and Tantra as the spirit. Study them together. Without understanding the foundation, how you will develop? So many persons are telling, I am a yogi. Without studying the anatomy and physiology, without considering the physiology of human beings, how is it possible to become a yogi? This is very important. So much so that we should have a knowledge of the fundamentals of Ayurveda. After understanding the fundamentals of Ayurveda, we can experience the realms of Yoga as well as Tantra. Without studying or without understanding the fundamentals of Ayurveda, because that is the foundation over which these two are built. Without understanding the fundamentals of that science, we cannot reach the realms of Yoga and Tantra. All Indian darshanas are interdependent. all of them, and to experience the realm of all such philosophies, Sankhya, Yoga, Vedanta, Purvamimamsa, Uttaramimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, any of such. Whenever, wherever you are studying, you should have health. Then only you can remember, then only you can collect the right attributes of the words. Otherwise, the knowledge may be a mistaken knowledge. Right aspects of knowledge, right aspects of words. For that, health is very important. And Ayurveda has direct relationship with Sankhya. That also we saw. Basic 5 principles or 5 elements. Ayurveda starts with the knowledge of the beginning of creation. The history of Ayurveda, how this world evolved. This mundane world, how it evolved. Is there any formula for that? The sorrows, the miseries, the happiness, pleasure, pain. What is the root cause of all these things? Without answering such things without doubt, a science of health may be in vain. Because in the minds of the persons who are treating as well as the minds of the persons who are diseased, from their experience, this question will arise. While treating a person, giving some medicines without knowing the root cause of pain, sorrow, etc. and etc., we are giving some medicines. It is just like a superstition. Why you are giving this medicine? If the person concerned is asking the physician, why you are giving this? We give this to such and such persons. That is inductive reasoning. But the human mind may not be satisfied with inductive reasoning. Deductively, they may be searching for the final answer. They may be searching for the true answer to the question that why you gave that medicine to me. Beyond all the beliefs, there should have an answer. So, Ayurveda started its theories with the help of Sankhya philosophy, which put forward the norms of 5 basic principles or 5 elements, basic elements. In the beginning, how this universe evolved. In Upanishads, in Vedas, came the knowledge of the soundless sounds, known as Om. That was the beginning. So, from that sound came the principle of ether or Akasha. The beginning of the world, there was only sound. From there we can start. Before that, only Purusha, say Brahma, it wished in Upanishad, it is said like that, it decided to become many, one from many. In that way it is written, but we can start from here. Thus came the principle of ether or space. In Sanskrit, Akasha. First, Akasha. In the beginning, there was an unmanifested state of consciousness. Before all manifestations, there was an unmanifested state of consciousness. There came the subtle vibrations. The word vibration may not be exact as the word put forward by our forefathers, spanda. An equivalent word you can choose, that is vibration. It is not like the vibrations which we are making. So, from the spanda came the cosmic soundless sound Om. And For that appeared the ether element or Akasha. The ethereal element began to move. Again, Spanda occurred. That ethereal element moved, began to move. And this created the second element known as air, Vayu. Air, or in other words, ether in action. You can call it ether in action. Due to the ether in action, say air in action, produced friction. Subtle friction is the result. Due to the friction, and by virtue of that friction, heat is generated. Heat energy produced combined to form intense light. And a new element came to being, that is light. A new element came to being, that is fire. Agni. And when that heat is produced, that fire is produced, certain ethereal elements dissolved. While that fire is occurring, out of those elements, fire elements, those ethereal elements dissolved and liquefied. In the Upanishads it is said as an example that while much heat is produced in your body, you are sitting. In any material, when heat is produced, because of the heat, some elements within that will produce water. And thus came another element, water. The ethereal element dissolved and liquefied, known as water. And some of the water elements containing ether, air, fire and water together solidified to form the molecules of earth. In this way, ether manifested into the four elements from its existence and finally came as earth, air, fire, water and earth. Thus, fundamentally, these are the five elements. So, studying Ayurveda, you should have a working knowledge of these five elements. The physician himself means these five elements. The deceased also five elements. The ratio may be different. The ratio of the five elements may be different in the physician as well as the deceased. What you are giving, say the medicine, that's also five elements. Whenever you are checking the individual, there also you are getting the resultant. Five elements of the physician, five elements of the deceased. Five elements containing in the medicine. So this knowledge is very important. Whenever you are using a word to a person, that may go deep into the hearts of the individual who is hearing the word. That may be a cause of disease. That may be a cause of treatment. That may be a cause of health. That much holistic the science is. That's why they said that this is a holistic science. Deductively, not inductively. We are absolutely changing the ratios of the fundamentals, say the fundamental elements of the person who is deceased. Further, how to change the fundamental element, say ether within the physician to get a good result. How to use the sound energy of the physician to change the akasha, ether, the concept of ether within the deceased. how to make the sound within the physician a healing sound. Because the physician himself is made up of these 5 elements. And the fundamental most is the ether itself. Whenever a diseased person is reaching a physician or selecting a person, selecting a physician, how that selection is going on. How it can be developed. Not like a job, but like a dialectical relationship. Beyond individual diseases, how he or she can change the ether within the person by applying mere sound. By a mere action. Whenever a number of patients are coming to you as the physician, if you are doing a job, your utterances, all your utterances, you are giving very good medicines. At the same time, you are uttering words.